Okay, today we're going to learn another verb. So you've already learned the verb ser and estar, and you've learned other AR verbs, and now you're going to learn a very important one, and it's the verb ir, I-R. Remember the I makes an E sound, so it's ir. And this is how we talk about where you're going, so how people are going somewhere. It's the verb to go. And also what you're going to do, you're going to do later. But right now we're going to talk about going places. So in the last couple lessons you learned about different places that you can go to. La oficina, el hospital, la escuela, so different places. And now you're going to say that you're going to these places, and you're going to talk eventually about how you're going to get there, by car or by boat or by plane, etc. But for right now, we're just going to take the verb ir. And there's two meanings, and so you want to be really careful. Yo voy, and it kind of doesn't have a v sound like voy, like we do in English for our V's. It's very vibraty with a v sound. This is a cross between a B and a V, and sometimes it actually does sound more like a B. So yo voy, okay, tú vas, él, ella, usted va, nosotros vamos, vosotros vais, ellos, ellas, ustedes van. Okay, so that's how you pronounce them. And again, click on those and listen to the pronunciation of those. And notice here it says it means I go, or it means I am going. Don't be confused and want to use ser or estar here to say I am and then going. You want to say voy either means I go or I am going. Okay? Now, it's really, really important that every time you use the verb ir, when you're going to say you're going to a place, you're always going to have an a after it, okay? Because a means to. So if you're going to the school or you're going to the store, you have to say the word to. And the word to in Spanish is a. So you're going to look at here, voy a mi casa. So you're going to have a form of the verb ir, plus an a, plus a place. Yo voy a mi casa. Vamos a la escuela. We are going to school. Pepe va a la oficina. Okay? So you're going to have an a after the form of the verb ir. Now notice here in the question, there's still an a, because donde means where. But notice you've got an a here to mean to where are you going. So even in the question, you're going to have a. In English, we don't say to where are you going, but we could. So a donde means to where. And whenever you see an a in the question, you know you're going to need an a in the answer. Okay? So this is if it's, notice this is all mi casa, la, okay? Now here, there is an exception that you have to remember, and this is a very important rule. And that is, remember when you learned before that if you had de and el together, that was in Module 2, you had to make it into del. Well, if you have an a and an el together, you have to smush it together and do a contraction and do al. So for example, instead of voy a el supermercado, you're going to say voy al supermercado. Instead of vamos a el banco, it sounds funny even, we're going to say vamos al banco. Okay, so we're going to them. So then again, you don't do it with la, los, or las, you only do it with el. Okay, we're going to click on the next arrow and go to the next page. Now that you know the forms of the verbs, make sure you write those forms in your notebook, in your notes, and make sure you do the practice. So now you're going to go through and you're going to do some practice. You're going to do some matching, and then you're going to do some fill in the blank. And remember when it says a form of the verb, that means it's not going to be ir. It's going to be one of these up here. Voy, vas, va, vamos, or van. Okay, so make sure you know which one matches. So ustedes here. So you would use the form that has to do with ustedes, which would be van. Okay, so make sure you do all this practice. The hard ones at the bottom, those are the kind of things that are going to be on tests. Those are the kind of things that are going to be on your oral exams. So make sure you're very careful and do those. To where are you going? If it's vas here, and the answer you're going to say yo voy. Okay, then make sure you check your answers and check the next video on how to complete the assessment 4.0.